afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the fourth round of the ESR DTM 95 series in RaceRoom. This is our Sunday and Chill series. I am Cole McCray, that's Matt Higgs, and we are at Nurburgring. How's it going, Mr. Higgs?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to see these guys rip around this famous circuit.
Yes, it's one of our mainstays. One of my favorites when we did the NSU TTS series,
Oh, that was
also in
great.
RaceRoom. Many memories, many of which I spent on two wheels.
Or on no
Um,
wheels.
or no wheels, all the above. The less time we spend on the wheels, the better. It's rolling resistance. It's really just a downside. If we could get rid of wheels entirely, that'd be better.
Hey, there's a reason why motorcycles, when they're accelerating, just do wheelies, right?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, my bike can do 0 to 60 in like 3.7 seconds or something, and I only got, and it's only got like 100 horsepower. So come on, friggin' cars catch up.
My bike can go to 0 to 60 in about 3.5 business days.
Wait, is that with traction control or without?
No, that's my bicycle.
No, I know. Any case, as usual, this is our Sunday Funday series with two races, 10 or 20 minutes each, and with a reverse top 8 grid in between. We got our usual crowd here, and but also some that we've never seen before. Pedro Magalhaes. Whoops, there he is for Racing Team, setting our current pole. It stopped. Okay. On pole, we have Richard DeRoche, Magic Kachuk, James Butler, Carlos Cavalho in 5th place. I've never seen that flag before. Very interesting. Mauricio Delgado in 6th, Kerry Arnaud, Dmitriev, Michael Kral, Steve Davidson, Ivan Rizov, Martin Edmonds, Miles Murray, Scott Nick, Takahide Maroka, Andy Lauda, Juan Leonardo Soloaga Lopez, and Eddie Speed, rounding out our
I think
18
they need to
car
add
grid.
more names to that one.
I agree. Have you ever seen Spy Kids? With
I have seen all the movies.
remember friggin' what was her name? Junie?
That was
The
the little boy. That was the brother.
what was
Carmen.
Carmen? That's it. She had a name that was like 18 names long. And it was like her password for
Yeah, the
something.
password.
God, man, that throws me right back. How do I remember so much about that movie? I've seen it like once a million years
It's,
ago.
it's, it's literally an icon.
That's true. That's true. A terrible, good, terrible icon.
It was good in
We
a terrible way.
and we wouldn't have it any other way, because
Absolutely not.
I realized we haven't gone over this in the past. We're gonna go over a little bit of the scoring for the series. Well, currently we have James P. Butler. Didn't know his middle name began with a P. I'm gonna guess what that is later. With
Like
84
Chris P.
points.
Bacon.
Yeah, yeah, Chris B. Bacon, love it. Dennis Johnson in second with 68. Richard DeRoche third with 66. Martin Emmons in fourth with 64, and Magic Kashuk rapidly burning through the ranks in 5th place with 63. And then past that, it's a bunch of 1 and 2 point gaps. So our top 5 are really close. We're ready to go, and for race 1 or round 1, and go, go, go! Green lights, green flags, green everything. Fire sale, 95% off. And we have a car in the pits, but James Butler gets off to a good start, as you can see.
Ooh,
Our
P.
newcomer,
Magalhaes.
Magalhaes.
I'll get one of these days.
It's okay. We all have our shortcomings. Whoa, it's getting really
Ooh,
squirrely in the
big
back. Look,
drift.
looks like a lot of cars had contact, but don't think anyone went around. We had a couple of newcomers at the end. A Matrito, a French car, and they become a blur because all their livers are the same. Dmitry Dmitriev moving his way into 7th place. I was going to say 6th, but he just got passed by Mr. Arnaud. Cardinal. James Butler, our current points champion, in 5th place. Doing well to make his way through the field. So this is going to be a very challenging course, not necessarily for these cars as much as in past seasons, but it will be interesting to see them try and set up passes. These cars are very difficult to set up for a line that can, well, never mind, I say that, and Carlos Carvalho
Well, he still has to
attempts
get
to
around him here.
pass.
He's not
James
gonna do it around the
Butler.
outside.
No,
Oh,
he makes it. That was actually Magic Cash Check, as I misread. So as we're both immediately eating our words, but
Carvalho's on a charge, I guess.
yeah, Butler really wants past. Although Mr. Kashuk is getting his chance at a redemption.
Oh, he's on the
There,
grass.
3
Three
wide.
wide. Oh, on the grass.
Wow. Coming into the chicane. And James Butler has it go, passing 2 people in the last straight, and, well, kind of the last straight. But that is a photo moment right there. Excellent work for James Butler.
Can that be the headliner for the next series?
It might not be a bad idea. If hopefully we, if that's the case, then we would need to use these DTM 95 cars again.
Ah, nonsense. It'll be the advertisement poster.
Oh, okay. Just getting into some false advertising.
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to
sure.
it. Anything that makes the numbers go up, right? So we do have a few battles forming right now. We're Mauricio Delgado and Ivan Rizov is among them. Unfortunately, we can't choose from them
Oh no,
manually.
Iceman.
Oh no, we have a car backwards. Juan Leonardo Lopez.
I'm gonna call him Lopez.
Where's your sense of achievement? It is an accomplishment to know everyone's name, Matt. And we also have Derlin Iceman joining at the last second. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, appearing in 20th place.
I'm not sure what's going on there. Mauricio Delgado is having a bit of an off day. Unfortunately, he's really up there.
Yeah, we've seen him go back and forth in this series. On race 2, which was technically our first race, the scheduling is all messed up. He DNF'd the first race and finished quite poorly in race 2, if I recall correctly. But in our last session at where was it? It wasn't. I know this one. Oh, it's on tip of my tongue. I know this. It was Oxerschleben. That's it.
Oxerschleben?
He did very well. I believe he was in the podium both times, if I remember correctly. So he's
Flashback. Bring up race app here. Let's see.
He's maybe having a off day today. Ivan Rizov maybe tried to have a go around Mauricio Delgado, but it wasn't happening. Brawl got involved and caused that whole operation to fall apart. We got the twin silver cars of Carrier Node and Magic Kazchek holding on to the top 5 positions.
Top 3 in the standings are Dennis Johnson, James P. Butler, and Martin Edmonds. With Magic Kazchek a close 4th place, 2 points behind Martin Edmonds. Then Scott Nick rounding out the top 5 with 39 points.
Wait, that's are you sure you're looking at the right series?
I was not. I was looking at the wrong one.
I went over this before before the first race started.
I was looking at the
Butler,
wrong.
Dennis Johnson, Richard DeRoche is the top 3.
Oh, great.
Carano goes way wide in the turn 4. Forced there by Magic Kazchuk as he tried to make a pass. That wasn't an ideal passing opportunity, but he went for it. With our Sunday and Chill series, we generally find that people are more bold than they would otherwise be. Grudges are frequently worked out here.
I think the Prime Sunday and Chill series belongs to the NSUs because it's just random. Just if you have bumpers, use them.
Right. I would agree. I think the DTM 92s were pretty close to just because they were faster, so it was a little more frantic. And you could see a little more of the drivers' personalities come out with their car choice. But NSU's, just because of their chaos and their
lack of power and aero,
you really got to refine that technique and their respect. So everyone was pretty close. And plus, being super soft made for some crazy moments. So this is the GP layout, if I remember correctly, or if I can analyze correctly, rather. Which is kind of surprising. In other races we've been using shorter tracks, so that's kind of interesting. We get a first look at our 19th place person, Abstract Matrito. He spun. Unfortunate. Dmitry Dmitriev. I wish my name was almost the same first as last. And he's going around the inside of Carrier Node. they're actually trying to avoid contact, which is not something
That's
I predicted. Take him out.
yeah, just use your side skirt, use your bumper, push him wide, spin him out.
Of note, this series has visual damage only, I believe. Wait.
Oh, so I can just dive bomb and
Wait,
oh no,
actually,
there's also
that's not correct. That's not correct.
Cash Truck had damage at Ultra Sleep and he had
Yeah, I was just
suspension
remembering
damage.
that. I was looking at the rules, and there is visual flags, but there is mechanical damage on. Bummer. The Dmitry Dmitriev will have another attempt at Magic Cash Check when the time comes. Looks like Magic might be shaking a little bit. He's had a kind of rough first sector of this lap.
I don't blame him. It's a tricky first sector.
They haven't yet run into the halfway point. Oh, of note, Martin Edmonds, our 12th place current driver, is running. In the past, he's been running with a controller, which is not advantageous to the
There you
sim
go through the
racing circuit.
Schumacher. S is named after one. I don't know what's his name.
And named after the Schumacher meatball sub.
Right, you're right on that one there. I forgot.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the easy one to forget.
There's so
yeah.
many names, so many famous drivers.
Wasn't there a guy named Schumacher at one point?
Yeah, he didn't do very much, did he?
No, I think, didn't he do like trophy trucks or something?
No, I think he did TCR.
Wait, Matt, what's that sound? I hear an ominous typing sound. Could that be everyone in the comments getting ready to yell at me?
Nonsense. It's definitely a guitar.
Meanwhile, Carrier Node is hot on the heels of Dmitry Dmitriev. And Mauricio Delgado. I mean, that's what it says.
That's great. Hey.
Well, it's probably pronounced Dmitriev, but I mean, that's how I'm reading it. Mauricio Delgado, meanwhile, has gotten past Ivan Rizov, but that was a while ago. He wanted to go on the inside of the final corner.
Oh, do dive bomb, Mauricio.
Woo! A dive bomb from, yep, and it goes off without a hitch. I was expecting some contact.
He's coming back. He's coming back on him.
It's true. We've seen turn 1 dive bombs at Nurburgring in more serious series go much worse.
I don't think they could go any worse than the Sunday series.
I was gonna say I know because I executed most of them. Lots of flying car parts. But yeah, so Demetrio Delgado up into 7th, and a very confused Carrier Arnaud trying to gain back his traction that he just lost. Looks like Mauricio Delgado isn't keen to let his victory go to waste. Well, never mind. I say that, and then he makes a mistake, and he's starting to lose time again.
I'd be throwing every block and elbow known to man.
I don't know. Mauricio has been very... Well, he's been very goal-oriented, shall we say, in past races. He's not one to let...
He's very bold with his passes.
Exactly. He's not one to let the micro view get in the way. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to line up a path, up to Dmitriev ahead. But we can never know.
There's Michael Krall hunting down Ivan Rizov.
So it's been not a great race for Rizov. He started higher up, but fell down to 8th and now 9th. Whoa! A big dive by Carrier Arnaud. It looks like he forgot to brake. It just smashed into the back of Mauricio Delgado, who doesn't even look affected at all.
Who knows? Maybe he has some aero damage.
It's certainly possible. I would hope so, or I wouldn't hope so, but I would expect so. And that allows Rizov to gobble up 8th place. Wow, I wish you'd get a replay of that. That was an interesting hit. Looks like we got a red car. I'm
surprised we even saw any of that at all.
I believe that's Krall.
That is Krall there, hunting down.
Getting some tire warming in the middle of the race.
He has the cold tires. Needs to, or he didn't heat them up enough.
That was a hard hit.
I heard it for sure. It sounded like, hard.
It sounded hard, like
Get your mind out of the gutter, Cole.
Oh, sorry. So it's not like a unripe lime.
No, not quite.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I find this in the gutter all the time. Ooh, a nice sector by Dmitriev. Wait, what happened?
Where are you seeing that?
Oh, okay, never mind. I was confused. Just ignore that. Ignore that. He was always ahead of Delgado. I got Dmitriev and Rizov confused. Meanwhile,
Shame.
due to that little accident, Arnaud has fallen further into 10th place. Kral has gotten by in the last
Who
couple of corners.
knows? Maybe he does have some hidden damage we don't know about.
I would be shocked if he didn't. That was a pretty strong
Hard
hit.
hit.
It was strong. Dimitriev dives on Kashchuk.
I'd say these guys are not afraid to block.
They are not at all. I believe this is the turn 12, if I remember correctly. No, this is This is the chicane.
That's the
My
short
bad.
chicane,
Yes.
not the proper chicane. It's the weird
Steve
chicane.
Davidson. Not 100% certain why we're watching him, but he's currently tracking down Arnaud, who looks
I've
like
learned not to question the director.
director is love, director is life.
Of course, you know it.
But he's tracking down Arnaud, who is still falling. There's been about half second put between him and Kral ahead, who just passed him this lap, so still appearing to struggle a bit. Up again to Dimitriev.
Dimitriev pretty popular today.
Russian mafia racing.
Maybe they're trying to tell us something.
Well, maybe he's gonna finish first if the Russian mafia is
Whoa!
involved. Scott Nick getting around the inside of Takahita Muraoka, who went spinning a little bit, or at least sliding into turn 3, I believe that was.
There's Dimitriev again.
Oh man, I forgot to make note of Scott Nick's team name. Do you remember what Scott Nick's team name is?
I know it's at the tip of my tongue. I know it. Don't tell me. Don't say it.
This is just as much a test to the audience if you've been following along in the last couple races.
Write down the comments down below right now.
Yeah, right now. Even though I'm
no cheating.
definitely gonna give the answer.
No going forward and figuring it out.
Pause right now and give yourself 5 seconds. I'll count. Okay, have you gotten it yet?
I don't know why you're counting. They're still gonna hear this after they write it down.
Hey, our audience is the most dedicated and honest audience I've ever seen. Like, they are inspiring and kind and passionate and helpful.
Maybe we get some word on the camera on the leaders. Darushi's only 1.5 seconds behind Miguel Hayes.
Well, I mean, that is a much more substantial gap than we see back here a little bit. Martin Emmons behind Steve Davidson. Did Martin change cars? Was he always in the blue and the Windows XP car?
Yes.
No.
I remember you making a note of it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Turns out my brain is just broken.
It happens.
Meanwhile, Michael Kral, after passing Kerry Arnaud, has gotten up to Ivan Rizov. Looks like Dimitriev has made a pass on Kazchuk, and it got taken back immediately in turn 1.
Well, yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, that's a pretty hard cutback, or I should say easy cutback. Hard to defend against cutback. Appreciate that the director switched to that right after it happened.
That's very courteous of the director.
Looks like Takahita Muraoka got back by Scott Nick.
Good for Taka.
And meanwhile, Lauda behind just fell several positions. He must have had an accident of some sort. Ooh, Dimitriev skipping turn 6 and giving Kazchuk a good margin for error. I wonder if Delgado is going to have any words about that.
It's a shame these guys aren't driving the Nordschleife.
That would be immense. they get 3 laps.
No, 2 laps max. These guys probably do around like 9 minutes.
3
lap times.
9 minutes. Oh yeah, I guess that's maybe fair. I forgot the full layout. The VLN layout is much longer than the regular one. Well, it's basically this track and the Nordschleife put together.
Yeah, there's just a little gap.
Although it looks like, with that said about Dimitriev, it looks like Kazchuk might have made a mistake. Either that or Dimitriev had a flying lap here, because he's caught right back up. Only 0.2 of a second, and he's making a pass around the outside of the chicane.
Not gonna work.
Yeah, I was gonna be very surprised if that worked. Looks like, I believe that's Carvalho ahead. Went off track and got a little sidetracked.
Yeah, James Butler's up to 3rd.
Yep. The result of the aforementioned accident. Only 3.5 minutes left. This is kind of winding down. but we still got plenty of battles fighting. Steve
There's Steve
Davidson
Davidson heading down the front straight.
hot on the tail of Kerry Arnaud, who is still falling. You can see the gap up ahead is immense anymore. He's just holding on for dear life. Oh, and is struggling to do so, it looks like. Yeah, if you, it's almost debatable whether or not getting damage on your front or rear would be worse. Arguably, Delgado ahead is better equipped to deal with the track because he lost. If he took damage, he would have lost rear aero, which would make the car necessarily faster in a straight line, but also oversteer prone, which is, depending on your driving style and personal preference, is better than being losing front aero, which would result in slightly more straight line speed, but necessarily understeery performance.
I tell you what, Davidson and Arnaud can't rest for long because here comes Martin Edmonds. He's
Yeah,
right there.
he's making his way up. Oh yeah, I forgot my thought earlier. He was, ooh, what's that going on? Steve Davidson under fire from Martin Edmonds, just as we talked about it, and he gets by.
I minded to say Martin tapped him a little. It looks
It
like
looked like it, as far as I could see. It looked like he maybe had a little encouragement from Edmonds.
bump and runs are illegal, right?
Yep. I mean, this is a Sunday Fun Day series. How can you have a fun day without destruction?
That's what Fridays are for. Shout out to Wreckfest.
That's what Fridays are for. Yeah, shout out to Wreckfest, by the way. Oh yeah, if you haven't heard of it, we do a Wreckfest session on Fridays at 8 o'clock p.m. about Pacific Standard Time. And there's as little standards as there are for this series, there's absolutely none for
No,
Wreckfest.
wrecking
In fact,
is encouraged.
yes, I was gonna say, I think that the standards are negative in Wreckfest because we actively pick targets and just demolish people. It's absolute anarchy and it's beautiful.
Looks like we lost Loudest, Speed, and Matrito.
And probably Iceman as well. Demetrio getting hot on the brakes, trying to past Kazchuk, it looked like, and maybe getting a little bit of contact. Wasn't exactly sure what happened there.
No, I think he just tried to. He locked up, and which sounded like he locked up, but that's track limits.
Which is weird. I wonder how he would have locked up, because these cars have ABS. Not necessarily that ABS is perfect, but
It is an older
like,
ABS system, so you never know.
That's fair. Well, Edmonds not able to put too many moves on our node, although he is right there. As I've tried to say about 17 times now, but keep getting sidetracked, Edmonds is running with a controller still, but I believe he's using pedals now, in addition. So
That seems a little off. Me.
in the past, he said he was using a controller, just like an Xbox controller or something. Meanwhile, speaking of the devil, our node goes wide into turn 7.
There goes Martin up in the 10th.
And Martin Edmonds gets passed.
Steve's not going to be happy. He was stuck behind him for a few laps. Now Martin just comes up here, passes him. Next lap passes Arnaud, so.
Edmonds on a tear. It looks like he's getting used to that controller situation. But yes, so finally, Martin Edmonds is running, presumably he's running the throttle. Whoa, wow. Magic Kazchuk
Must have
gets
some
a
damage.
hell of a run on Carvalho. But he's not going to let him have it. Whoa, really close cutback. Oh, they're bumping. As Megales crosses the finish line.
Oh, that was a
This is going to get really messy. Oh, no!
Whoa!
Kazchuk pit maneuvers. Carvalho ends
I'd
up
say
in
that was more of
backwards
a
in
racing
the wall.
incident.
That...
Carvalho was blocking pretty bad there.
He was. He was. That was a pretty tight maneuver there.
I've never seen weaving that bad before.
Carvalho plummeting down to 9th place, it looks like, at least. So ceding the position to Kazchuk, Dmitriev, Delgado, Rizov, and Kral in a thrilling last-minute maneuver. I assume that was determined to be. Are there any penalties in this series?
I doubt it. It's a Sunday Fun Day.
Whatever, regardless. Pedro Megales finishing 1st place. Richard DeRoche in 2nd. James Butler 3rd. Magic Kazchuk in 4th. Dmitry Dmitriev in 5th. and Mauricio Legato in 6th.
Only our top 2
cones.
drivers were in the 159s.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've never driven these cars, but I'm not an authority on what a lap of these should be. But regardless, there's clearly some people who are taking this seriously. Huh? 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 See what I did there?
Yeah, shut up.
No. But yes, so as I said before, this next race is with the reverse top 8 grid. Looks like we got most of the same parties involved in the last race. Same story, 20 minutes, standing start. We're sitting here on the line. Mauricio Delgado in 4th place, with Carvalho taking first. So maybe it was a top 9 reverse grid today. And there we go. Oh no, Kazchuk disqualified for a false start. I only caught a glimpse of a penalty. Maybe it got
Oh no,
cleared,
that's
or it could
horrible.
be lesser, or maybe the computer just decided no penalty actually. We will see. I caught a glimpse. No, drive-through. It's a drive-through. I got another glimpse. So not end of race bad, but it will definitely hurt his chances at getting that first place. Richard Roche in 3rd, clinging on hard. Looks like Mauricio Delgado had an awful start and plummeted down to 7th place. Well, it just made up another spot on James Butler as we speak. We got a Martin Edmonds off in the background who gets passed by James Butler, presumably shoved wide. It's pretty safe to assume that in this series.
Oh yeah, there's the silver arrows right there fighting with each other.
Yeah, oh, that's Magic Kazchuk, who has made his way up to 5th.
Carvalho's already in the lead here, so.
Well, he started on the pole, so.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that last minute spin, or punt, I should say, ended up helping him out, at least for this race. Delgado making his way past Magalhaes, up into 8th, 7th, I mean. Martin Edmonds appears to be side by side with Magalhaes. Don't get to see that though. We see Richard Roche going hella wide.
He's left the circuit. He's gone so wide.
I think he just went home.
I would too if I was driving this car. Nah, I'm kidding.
That'd be nice. We appreciate our drivers and audience members, some more than others.
Shh, don't tell him that.
I'm not telling which one's which. They gotta figure it out themselves. Ooh, we got a couple of glimpses there of those sausage curbs getting really brutal as Kral goes around the inside of Carvalho in an almost identical maneuver to the one that happened last race, except for this one actually worked. Much to Carvalho's dismay, I imagine. Although, Carvalho, who we're on board with now, is getting a heck of a run on Kral in the first turn. He's diving. Ooh, not braking quite enough, and we don't get to watch it. We're gonna watch Matrito in the background.
Why are we watching Matrito spin?
I don't know, but Carvalho is still side by side as they go into turn 2. And now DeRoche's in this as well. He's side by side with Carvalho.
Oh, geez.
While taking super wide versus super thin line into turn 4. And we don't get to see it again.
Oh my god.
Come on, director. You were hyper fixated on this. Although we see Edmonds and Arnaud side by side, Arnaud gets the better
Director, stay with the battles.
I was gonna say he was hyper focused last time when nothing was going on, and Kral goes really wide into turn 5.
No, Kral's not gonna be happy with that. He's gonna be punching himself.
He's in the sand trap. He might actually lose a position to Kazchuk, who's rapidly catching.
No,
Carvalho gets a little punt from Rizov, who's now in 3rd. Doesn't have any effect, but he's not letting off. Getting a little unsteadied by the outside curve as they head into the Schumacher S's.
Oh, he's got a run on him.
Carvalho goes a little bit shallow and looks like he dipped a couple into the sand trap, but gets the braking advantage into the next turn.
Or maybe Ivan wasn't feeling very brave going to that corner.
Wow, and you say that and he immediately does the opposite in the next turn.
But he's got the draft now. Let's see if he sends it up the inside.
He's sending it somewhere. Carvalho gets a little bit squirrely on turn exit. In the background we see Butler and Kazchuk going side by side. But he backs out and we got cars in the dirt.
Is that Magalhaes? Yeah, Magalhaes just cutting track.
Looks like it. Someone's going into the pits. That might be Cash Chuck.
Why did Kestrick get a drive-through?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
So a bummer there for Magic Cash Chuck. But meanwhile, Rizov has been joined by Butler, who has made tremendous pace to catch up to the top 3. Or top 4, I should say. Meanwhile, Magales is under fire from Risa Delgado, who has clawed his way up, along with Martin Edmonds, into 6th, 7th. Looks like James Butler made a mistake, and now Magales is going to make a run into the chicane, turn 4.
He's past Butler.
And he got it. And that's
Come on,
clearing
James,
away
fight
from
back.
Mauricio Delgado behind. That
Yep,
was a
he sends up
devastating move for
inside.
Magales.
Oh, James.
Whoa! And Magales closes the door on James Butler, causes him to break early. Delgado's now around the outside of the hairpin. Nope, that's not the hairpin.
That's the corner
That's
before
turn-
the hairpin.
Yeah, that's
You're
turn,
one
that's
corner
turn 6,
early.
I believe. Now on board, looking at Crawl. Still on the tail of Rizov in front. Very, very close. Looks like Rizov's made some mistakes in the last lap.
Yeah, he's dropped off the back of Carallo.
Looking back a little bit at the timing, Butler is still hot on the tail of Magales and is lost a little bit of time to Delgado behind, it seems.
These gaps are a little iffy depending on what position they are in the corner.
You're not wrong. But it's all I can do. I want to watch that battle behind. Come on, give us a glimpse. Okay, they've spread out a little bit, it looks like. I know what I want, director. Give it to me.
You have to ask nicely, Cole.
Whoa! Crawl gets a little bit squirrely out of the beginning of the chicane.
Here goes Ivan Rizov on Carallo versus Rizov.
So they got to be careful with making dives in some of these corners. A lot of them have really accessible cutbacks, which can put the hurt on. Oh, we got 2 wide in the background. Takahita Muraoka and Scott Nick, it looks like. Oh, and now we got Rizov going a little bit shallow into turn 1. Crawl seeking the advantage. Not able to get it done because that's a really easy block. Rizov still right behind Carvalho. Though looks he's a little bit unsteady into turn 2. Michael Crawl trying to plan that pass. Ooh, gets squirrely on the curb. Looks like he's a little hesitant to get on the throttle in these things.
They do have
traction control.
The Mage is not great.
As Magic Ketchup comes out of the pits, he finds himself in 15th place.
Ooh.
Not ideal. Ooh, Crawl gets really close to Rizov.
I tell you what, that's demoralizing right there.
I mean, it's not great. It is a Sunday Funday series, but man, it's a little bit hard to have.
I mean,
Fun day.
despite,
Fun day in the.
despite it being a
I'm just gonna
Sunday
go home
fun day.
Whoa, Rizov hard off into the sand.
Here goes
Crawl has to
Crawl.
dive and brake to
My
avoid,
God,
but he's
Hayes.
now on the inside of the Schumacher S's. They are 2 wide, almost 3. As Magales wisely decides to not do that. Sorry, Matt, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Despite it being Sunday fun day, I'd still want to win if I were one of these guys.
That's fair. And Edmonds is now doing battle with our node. Oh, and gets a hell of a run into turn 12, I believe that is. And it undoes itself almost immediately. Meanwhile,
Well, he's still looking.
farther back, Scott Nick has successfully held off Takahita Muraoka and put some time on him as well. Whoa, Martin Edmonds breaks late and punts our node slightly, causing them to both go over both sausage curbs.
What's with these track limits? They're pretty loose.
Bouncy, bouncy. So this game allows you to take 3 cut track penalties if they're not super egregious.
So basically, like most sims that have penalties.
Yeah,
or track
whoa,
limits.
we got a couple of cars getting really hard into braking for turn 1. I believe that's Butler and Rizov. Looks like Butler got by.
Is Butler in that red car, the Dame car?
Yeah. There he is. Damn,
Hell yeah.
Butler, damn! Whoa, and the battle ahead for Magales and Crawl has gotten bloody. Magales had to brake for Crawl, who looks to bottle turn 4.
Oh,
Now
is
Butler might
James
have
gonna
an
send it?
opportunity.
No,
He
he's
might
not sending
send
it.
Dude, shout out to Compact Computers. That is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I've never heard that name.
Probably on the back of Pedro Magales' yellow car.
Ah.
Oh,
I
he's
ain't put
going
two and two
around the
together.
outside inside of Crawl.
He's not gonna make it.
No, he is. It looks like. Will he be? Oh wow! And Butler tries to get in a last minute. Hey ho, gotcha. But Crawl closes the door successfully on that one. Although it's gonna make the next S section really difficult. We've now got Delgado, Rizza, Butler, and Crawl all engaged in this incredibly complex battle for fourth. Whoa! They're all getting really squirrely on turn exit. Butler has a look on the inside of Crawl through turn 12.
Man, this is a great battle we got going on here.
It's not going to happen. I do wonder how braking for the chicane is going to go. These guys are really, really stretching it. And they're all going two-wheeling. Yeah, boys!
These guys can take more crib than most GT4s. Like, jeez.
Get it done. Hey, man. GT4, more like GT board. Ring.
I agree.
Meanwhile, the battle between Edmonds and Arnaud escalates in turn 15, the final corner, when Edmonds goes wide, or is shoved wide, more likely. And Butler executes a signature dive into turn 1, but Crawl expertly avoids it. Very nice, very nice. I just realized I've been shouting with a open door, so my roommate Ayrton Tobin can probably hates me by now.
I think he's doing commentary as well.
What a botch.
I mean, who does commentary?
I know, only losers really.
I 100% agree there.
You know, if Big Higgs wants you to get more professional, he should just tell you to stop commentating. It's really a hindrance to your career, let's be honest.
Exactly. I have a gift.
A gift. Well, we all know it isn't your stellar good looks. Hey!
Oh, that was rude. I'm gonna tell my dad.
I'm sure he'll be so supportive. He'll be like, yeah, go get him, Cole. But it looks like our battle's kind of dissolved a little bit. Delgado's fallen off 1.3 seconds.
Magales is driving away.
He's kind of out of there. Well, I say that and then immediately
Unless he makes a mistake.
Which is very likely. We've seen it many happens. Many happens? What? Man. It's almost like I didn't ever learn English or something.
You haven't? Jeez. I mean, I could tell, but jeez.
Oh, whoa, Butler with a huge dive into the chicane. Contact, they're side by side, grinding.
Oh, jeez, look at them go.
They're grinding like it's prom night, Matt.
Hell yeah.
Oh, their outfits match too. That's so cute.
That's curious of them to wear both matching red.
Yeah. Wait, oh yeah, Mauricio was always in 6th. Huh. For some reason, I thought he was 7th. And we're gonna see Crawl do the Butler thing, try and do a hard dive into turn 1. But he.
I mean, he was thinking about it for sure.
Yeah, maybe he backed out the last second. It's certainly possible. Wish I could see the battle behind of Scott Nick and Takahito Muraoka. Normally when Scott Nick gets by someone, he just puts tracks on him, but Taka is more or less held firm.
Taka's a bit of a dark horse going here.
It really is. He did really well in our Oxford-Slaven races, but not so much in the races before that.
Maybe he just didn't put enough practice in. Who knows?
It's possible. Looks like Edmonds has lost sight of Arnaud ahead. Is 2 seconds down, and now Rizov is caught up sufficiently to, well, make him hurt. It is. I just realized this, and it's super irritating. They color-coded the number plates to match the livery of the car.
Did it?
Yeah. Look at this. The silver car head, the Decker 14, that's silver, right? And if we look at a yellow car whenever we get to next C1. Actually, it'll be interesting to see the Windows XP car.
God, I would love seeing the Windows XP car, eh?
You see, it's color coded correctly. It's blue and green.
Oh, that is just whack.
Guys, if you want to make it unreadable, you're doing a great job. Like I'm all for design cohesion, right? But like, come on, it's supposed to be readable. Yikes! Why even have a box around it?
I wouldn't.
Don't get Matt in a box. No one
What's in the
forces Matt into a box.
box?
What's in the box? Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat. Who is gonna make a move on turn one? We only got a couple laps left. James Butler, of course. What was I thinking? Of course, James Butler. Whoa, we're gonna have a double move. Nope, we're not. Oh,
That's
contact. Carvalho punts him back, but isn't able to hold it. James Butler up into third place. I interrupted you a little bit, Matt. What were you saying?
I forgot where I was going with this.
Sorry. And the battle behind for 11th, Scott Nick versus Takahide Maruka is caught up. Taka got past Scott on what I think is turn one, but Scott got it back. Probably in turn 3 or 4, I assume. Not 100% sure because we didn't see it, but in any case, James Butler enters the podium, and Richard DeRoche, who is now in first place, is out of here. Seems like Megales might have made a pretty substantial mistake, I would say. Oh, whoa, someone off in the back, that's Carvalho. Carvalho goes way wide after turn 7. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. He looked like he had it planted pretty good, but he just ended up steering straight. Maybe he had a steering issue. Now Mauricio Delgado is in striking distance and gets passed again, just like last race.
God, the Mercedes DTM 95 is just so OP. They need to BOP it.
Yeah, I think so. It's, you know, like honestly, how is the Mercedes DTM 95 going to keep up? Like it's just not even close. And honestly, like even more, you know, people wouldn't expect this, I don't think. But I'm looking at the front runners, the Mercedes DTM 95. I'm like, there's significant danger that they're not going to be able to hold on for too long because just the BOP is so off. They really need to just poop all over him, I think.
I 100% agree on that one.
Just back up the dump truck, lads.
Beep, beep.
Is that Matt back up his dump truck ass?
Absolutely.
Ooh, James Butler with a hard signature move, dive into turn 1, and that's it. P2 goes to James Butler. Looks like Megales didn't even put up a fight. And Carvalho behind is continuing to fall. Looks like he's not able to. Oh, and he might have retired.
Oh no.
Just got passed by Takahide Maruoka, who's still battling with Scott Nick, and that's it. Megales got a run though on James Butler, and it looks like he might be able to make a move. Whoa, a bold move into turn 5. And we don't get to see it. Because why would we? That'd be way too much fun. Matt. Oh good, he's gone. Man, that Matt Higgs guy just freaking makes me want to drink heavily, you know? Matt, that was when you're supposed to chime in and say, "Oh, I'm still here, actually." Oh.
I've never left.
Oh, hey, what's up? That's somehow even awkwarder than I was planning it. Good
Fantastic.
job.
I was trying to. All right. I'd love to look at it. Hang on a second.
What would you love? Hold on. Say
I was
that,
gonna-
speaking to the mic slowly and clearly.
I was going to look up some interesting facts, but there's a cat on my lap and I can't reach my keyboard.
That's an interesting fact.
That's an interesting fact.
There's a cat on Matt's lap.
I had to unplug my mic a few minutes ago because there was a cat sitting where my TV was and was slapping it, so I didn't want him to knock it over.
That's funny. I'm sure it was a cat, or maybe was it just you?
No, I think it was my brother walking by the TV.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. So
Dad would never do that.
Will Megales make a move on James Butler? Oftentimes when James gets by someone, people try to, at least in this race, put the same plan on him, but nope, he's gonna hold it.
What do you think of this car is cool?
I mean, I've never driven them. I don't like the look at all. I mean, I just in general don't like the look of 90s Mercedes, just in general. I mean, it's gonna be controversial, but even the 190 Evo, not. I don't think it's a good-looking car.
I wish these games had like realistic track limits at that one corner there.
Well, that's
I've
like
seen guys go way wide.
one thing I just want in any game, and there's only one racing game that I've ever seen that does this well, is I don't care where the track limits are. Put them wherever you want, but at least tell me very clearly where they are, right? I mean, even if it's like an assist thing that you can turn on and off. And the only game that's ever done this is Forza 7, like Forza
Really?
Motorsport 7, yeah. Like there's a setting you can turn on that very clearly puts a line like where the track limits are, right? I mean,
Huh.
obviously there's like the curbs and stuff, but it'll put like a floating line that'll say like don't cross this line. And if you cross it, you get penalties. And I'm like, why doesn't every game have that? Like, I get it, they try to replicate real racing, but like, it's hard to do that. Ooh, James Butler is getting counter passed by Crawl. And I think this is the
Oh
last
yeah.
lap.
This should be less. That depends on where Drushi is.
Ooh, Crawl with a huge run into the last turn. He's going to be on the inside. Can he get it? Getting on the inside curb. They're going to be side by side up to the finish line. Crawl gets
Can you get
by
past him? Can you get
Butler at
past
the
him?
last second. Is he going to hold it? They're 5
I think they
tenths,
can do
5
it.
hundredths away. I think that's it. I think Crawl's got it.
I think Kroll got it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a finale for that race. It
Ooh,
looks like
heart's
a
beating a little
contact.
quick there.
Edmonds with a last minute run up till Delgado. He isn't able to make the pass in time. Whoa, we got some chaos going on. Oh, I think that was just
Miles Murray.
sliding over the line. Juan Leonardo Solaga Lopez. I feel like I gotta say that as like Antonio Banderas, right?
Obviously, that's the only way you can say it.
He was also in Spy Kids, right?
Yes, he was. He was the dad.
He was the dad. Oh my gosh, just realized Carvalho fell all the way down to 16th. Oh, he didn't get DNF. That's right. That's right. Never mind. Well, and that's it. Richard DeRoche, utterly dominant. The only car with a 159 best lap in this race. So what a freaking finish there, ladies and gents. Gotta say, Martin had told us it was gonna be pretty intense, but I wasn't expecting that. Ooh, nice. We're watching this on YouTube and through the ESR admin channel, which is run mainly by Martin. And the video we're commentating on ended, and there's some really interesting recommended videos that I might have to talk to Martin about. I'll place one of
Uh
them in the edit here. See that one, Matt? That one looks nice.
oh.
But yes, so the final order is Richard DeRoche in first place, Pedro Magali second, Michael Krall third, James Butler fourth, Mauricio Delgado making his way all the way up to fifth. But Martin Edmonds also making a good run up to sixth. Ivan Rizov 7, Kerry Arnaud 8, Steve Davidson 9, Scott Nick 10th, Takahita Muraoka not able to fight off Scott Nick and ending up in 11th. Magic Kachuk 12th, Mr. Murray in 13th, and Juan Lopez in 14th place. So very good racing for everyone. Oh, I guess Carvalho probably technically also gets points for that. But very good racing. Very excited. That was way more intense than even I anticipated, even though Martin told us it was going to be pretty nuts. Anyhow, our next round is at Hockenheimring.
Ooh, that should be an interesting race.
Yes, it would be very interesting. I think these cars will be a pretty good fit. It's not super twisty, but not it'll keep them on their toes, we'll say.
Hope so.
That race is, I believe, in 2 weeks.
No,
Nope,
wouldn't it
1
be next
week.
week?
Nope, it's next week. Yep, that's the final race. Hockenheim on 4/25. So this will technically be round 1. The first round 1 was ended up going so horribly just from a logistics standpoint that we had to cancel it and reschedule. So that's why all the commentaries and all the descriptions don't match. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. It's Martin's. Blame Martin. Martin Edmonds. Here, we'll list all his handles on screen so you can send him hate mail. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Can we send
We
him
know
love
you're
letters?
send love letters. Yeah, exactly. I'll send the first one right now. Here.
Awesome.
Here we go. We'll even capture it. How do I capture footage again? I think this is the right screen. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. We love you, Martin. Big hugs. What emoji should I use?
Heart eyes.
Oh yeah, I like heart eyes. Oh, there's a cat one. We're doing the heart eyes cat.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be a really interesting. It's gonna be a really interesting non sequitur from here. Anyhow, that's our race, and we look forward to seeing you next time for the thrilling conclusion. Oh crap, Matt! I just realized something.
What's up?
When I was reading the scoring details, it was for including the Nurburgring, so I revealed the scoring details before the race was over. Technically,
Oh
whatever.
no.
This is Sunday fun day. If time travel is fun, right? Whoopsies.
I don't think anybody will
Whoops.
catch on it.
Abort mission, abort. Visit ESR.org, ESR-org. Join our
Join
Discord.
Discord.
Hurry before the stream gets any worse. Everyone leave now. Hurry. It's self-destruct timer initiated. 3. Bye.
Bye.